5-pronged orientation that will allow the students to have a layered approach to understanding their new home away from home and to have a positive, very positive CSU experience. And really our orientation is based on 4 different areas: understanding academic life, understanding support services and student affairs, understanding and managing well-being, and then making CSU home away from home. The concept of student affairs, for instance, did not exist in France where I grew up. And I went to the university there and we didn't have a student affairs. This was like 25 years ago. And then in Iran it didn't exist either. So when I came to the US, I was very surprised to see all the clubs, all the counseling on campus, the police on campus. And that was quite interesting, but it took me 2 years, 3 years to understand. And by that time I was about to graduate, right? So we want to bring that up front to our students right away. The final thing I was going to say was that in general our students have a better experience when they're able to make connections with various entities on and off campus. So as a catalyst, we want to create these opportunities for them to be able to kind of have a good CSU experience. So I think my time is up. I'm thankful that you saw me. Very interested to have a conversation about the mentorship program and bridge programs, the education of broad kind of education to our domestic and international students. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to.
So how can students offer be of support to our fellow peers who have been affected or will be affected by this current presidential administration's immigration policies? Sure. So I do have a lot of friends that are in the international program, and so a lot of them come up to me and we have these conversations, and I can only extend them so much support, but I want to extend them more than emotional support. I want to extend them tangible and realistic opportunities that they can use to keep them here and further their education opportunities. Sure. So what can we do? How can we further educate ourselves?
Well, thank you for that's a great question. Well, as an Iranian American, my family was affected by the travel ban a year and a half ago. So I empathize. I'm very privileged that I didn't have to go through that because I am a U.S. citizen now. I think the first step, the validation that you seem to already understand and do, is really the first step to hear what the person is saying or what they're going through. And then the international student community, they come on a visa, right? So the visa is limited, and the visa allows them to study full time, and then even do internships, and then when they graduate, they're able to apply for work permission. They are not as affected by the policies because, to be honest, international students bring a lot of revenue to the university. They pay out-of-state tuition or international tuition, which is higher. And then there are also a huge economic development factor. So like they buy a car, they rent an apartment, they buy grocery, and so that creates like economic development. So they are not as affected policy-wise, but the stress is really what you hear in the media and the possibilities. So that creates anxiety. I know that I actually, when this was happening, the travel ban happening, I was so stressed that the dean at my previous university, the dean called me and asked if I was okay because he knew I was Iranian. And I wasn't, because my sister was blocked from entering the U.S. She's a green card holder. So there's not much we can do at this point. I think encouraging folks to have an open mind to go vote, and to, as student leaders, to have a voice and to be able to share your opinion. And like any type of programming that would send a message that folks are welcome here is really the basic thing that we can do at this point. It's a huge non-answer, I realize. But. Thank you for the question. Yeah.
Hi, so sort of piggybacking off of that, how can we encourage more international students to join SGA to make sure that they have a voice here on campus?
Thank you. So I'll be happy to arrange a meeting with the leaders of the student organizations and some of the representatives from SGA to have a conversation. I've met with four or five organizations already. A couple of the organizations have already given me some feedback about the processes and registering for a student organization and the confusion. And Matt and I have already had conversations about it. And I met one last night, one organization last night. They're interested to do specific programming for their population. I think that the first step would be for them to have a conversation. Some of them might be very comfortable coming to a setting like this, some of them might not. So we're happy to arrange a meeting in our office space. I always make tea, as I said. So if you come to our meetings, that's our Matt is shaking stuff. You have tea with me. So maybe that would be a first step. The second step is that during the various orientation programs, and we're developing pre-arrival videos and how-to videos about student life, we could arrange a welcome by some of the representatives from SGA. So that's in the fall, and then that's in the spring. So early fall and early spring we have a 3-day and a 4-day orientation. So we'll be happy to either have a party in the evening and then have you all kind of come if you're available and interact with the new students, or have like a welcome vocal. That would be step one, I guess.
And I just want to add, it's not really a question, but just to kind of offer like a window of support.
Yeah.
So like if you have any students under your umbrella that just need help with like anything, like even if that means like navigating through their Blackboard course that they just
Sure.
don't understand, or maybe if it's just like ordering a parking pass or just figuring out how to like load dining dollars on parking card, please like send them to our office.
Sure.
Because a lot of our senators like our computers or live on campus to just have access to
Right.
that type of knowledge. So
Sure.
I know you guys offer a lot of great resources and everything, but it just please, if
Sure.
this is not.
Thank you. Any suggestions for our office? Things that you're noticing maybe with your classmates, roommates, that are international? Yeah.
I don't really have a suggestion per se, but I did visit your office for the first time today.
Exciting.
I had a great experience, so I just wanted to congratulate you and your staff on the great job that you guys seem to be doing
Thank you.
for all of your students. Everyone seemed really happy in the office, and I knew I was helped a lot when I went there, so I just wanted to congratulate you on that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's baby steps. But thank you. I think if we're able to get together at some point and talk about the mentorship program, that could be we could have a pilot in the fall. That might be a really good start. Yes, sir.
I have a statement and a question. Statement is, we started together and I've heard nothing but great since you started your outlet.
Thank you.
I mean, people love you, so kudos to you. In terms of the Fulbright advising, can you speak a little bit to how you help with that or your office help? My daughter is going to, she's at Kent, she's going to Italy, and it's been a nightmare down at Kent trying to help her through this stuff. So what
Sure.
do we do here differently at CSU with Fulbright advising?
So the Fulbright advising, the bulk of it is faculty and staff. We do have some opportunities. I'm visiting them next week in DC. I'm also visiting 5 embassies where we have a lot of representation to just have a conversation with them. But with the Fulbright office, my main conversation is about really education. That's a new area for me. I have to be very honest. I'm not shy about saying what I don't know. And invite them to campus in April, middle of April, to have a presentation for faculty and staff. And then also with the global, are you all familiar with Global Cleveland? Some of you? So they're hosting a sister city conference, partner city conference with 22 cities in the world that are sibling cities to Cleveland. That's from May 1 through May 3. And we had a meeting today and we talked about possibly inviting Fulbright to have a conversation as well. So I'll be happy to provide information. I do want to say that most of the Fulbright advising we do is usually for faculty and staff.
Okay.
But there are other types of scholarships that are available out there. So come by.
I'll come get some Persian tea.
Yeah, good to see you. Good. Thank you so much. Yeah.
When and how would you like to see involved with the student advisory board? Like the student advisory board, like when would you like us to get involved? This semester or next year?
So I think we're gonna have a kickoff meeting in April. So if you're interested, I've left a few business cards, and I think my name is on that presentation somewhere. Please email me and I'll be happy to add you. Thank you for bringing it. Yeah.
I love the idea of the mentorship program that you want to do.
Great.
Myself being an immigrant, I don't have cars like it is at first. So I would love to be involved.
Great.
Because I would love to.
Great. Please send me an email and yeah, let's meet next week. Yeah.
Okay, I meant to ask, do you still partner with the education college and doing like an English as a second language advising program? So like when I first started, I was partnered with like, sorry. I was partnered with with an international student. We just met like twice a week just to like talk about what she was doing in her life, like if she needed help with anything, and I thought that was a really good program just because we just kind of like got coffee once a week, and then I've just been done with her ever since. So I was just curious if you guys still did a program like that.
Not that I know of. I think, and it might be that it was possibly with the English as a second language program,
Okay.
Michelle Bowman's shop. But that mentorship could be basically that same program.
Okay.
So yeah, we very interested to create that. Thank you.
Thank you, Director.
Our next guest is Interim Director of Inclusive Student Engagement, Dr. Dentino.
How's everybody doing?
Excellent.
I didn't prepare anything to say, but I'll say something. Good job, buddy. So yeah, I'm Dan. I've been here 3 weeks. It's an honor to be part of the community. I've been the Chief Student Affairs Officer at universities in Detroit, Naples, Florida, Kansas City. I grew up in Cleveland, so it's good to be back in town. I believe that what you're doing is incredibly important, so I want to encourage all of you to keep doing what you're doing. The greatest issue in higher education today, in my opinion, is a deep disconnect between your head and your heart. And what you do in student government is connecting head and heart, right? You have an opportunity to practice character formation and integrity by doing what you do, and I honor that, I respect it, and what you're doing is irreplaceable. So please keep doing it. Inspire your fellow students to want to run for office. You engage the health of an institution by the number of students that actually want to get involved. And by the witness of your life well lived, more students will get on board. If we show them your why, they'll get on board with that. So I just want to tell you that I think it's fantastic, and I'm happy to be part of the team. I'm the youngest of 10 children. That's right, 10. We live in a shoe. My dad is from Rome. My mom is from Cork City, Ireland. They were first generation in the States. And so in my house growing up, the mantra was get your education. And so I'm a big believer in that. That's one of the reasons I came to Cleveland State, because I think what the university's trying to do is fill a desperate gap to make the world a better place for my kids, because I'm selfish. So, with that being said, I'm the interim associate dean of inclusive student engagement. My business card is a trifold. So, if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer them. If not, if I can't answer them, I'll deny and counter-accuse and ask Matt Knickman to stand up and answer on my behalf. Are there any questions? Yes.
Okay, so underneath what is your position description entail? What will you be responsible for?
So, yeah, good question. So that's a great question. When you find out, tell me. No, what is in my job description currently is I work very closely with Matt and student activities and involvement, so therefore with SGA. I am always available to any of you. You can always come and find me. I'm your biggest advocate, Matt and I both, but I'm here to serve your needs to help you be successful. So, activities and involvement, the LGBTQ Plus Center, Veteran Affairs and Success, Booyah! And the Women's Center, whatever else the interim vice provost asked me to do. So, again, I'm here to serve as best as I can in those are the areas right now underneath in my bailiwick. I think that's it. I have 3 children at home. There might be 4 when I get back. It's hard to say. I'm the father of 3, and my wife is awesome, way better looking than me, much taller than me. She's outside of Pittsburgh now, so I come to work on Sundays, and I work here and make magic, change hearts, change lives. And then I go home and clean diapers. So any other questions? Yes?
So where are you located? Where's your office? Where can we find you?
My office is on the 3rd floor of the Student Center, room 319 or something. I also live in the Langston, which is like horrible. I walk through a big cloud of marijuana smoke when I go to work, which is great, but if I get pulled over, I'll have a contact. That's rude that I said that. It's true.
We gotta work on that.
We have to work on that, yes. Any other questions, comments, concerns, conundrum? So my PhD is in systematic theology, just FYI, world religions. I think it's really cool. So, but that's, there'll be a test on this. Yeah.
So, there's a lot of information all at once.
Boom!
It's like a department, it's like a.
So I report to the vice provost. I'm sort of like the vice provost's go-to person for a lot of different areas. So I manage certain specific departments within the Division of Student Affairs, and then anything else that I'm asked to do, I do.
Okay, so it's all about like student inclusivity.
Inclusive student engagement, making sure that people feel valued, they have a voice, and they have somewhere to go to if they have a question, concern, or a problem. I'm here to help kind of solve that.
All right.
Like the Equalizer, the movie. Thanks for laughing at that. Yes.
As a do you have any projects? Do you have any projects or initiatives in mind? I know you assumed your position just a few months ago, so you're just kind of like learning the ropes. There's a lot to learn, but I know you're gonna accomplish.
Sure.
Amazing. But for next fall and starting this summer, do you have any ideas?
Sure. Oh, yeah. No, I think one of the big things I'd like to do is bring more clarity to the process for becoming a student organization. So that whatever organization, whatever kind of organization you're at, whatever organization, the club team, the ice skating club, that it is all equitable and easy to understand, and the expectations are the same for everybody. Because right now what I see is if you want to do this club, you've got to go through these 15 hoops. And this club over here is only 3.5 hoops, but nobody remembers because there's a lot of turnover. So one of my goals is to make the process as clear as possible for the students to be able to get things done. And my goal too is to just be present. So president. So I want people to be able to find someone if they need help, right? A lot of the students are commuters, you know what I mean? So oftentimes commuter students aren't around campus very much after class. I want people to feel more comfortable being on campus. So that they see somebody, oh, there's so-and-so, I can go get help for this person, even if it's not during 9 to 5. So that's an initiative too. Matt and I talked about it as well with events and things like that. So those are things that I like to focus on. And you're right, The Equalizer is a terrible movie. Because people get their tushes kicked and it's just not good for their human dignity. But, any other questions? Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, wait, sorry, I know, we're probably done. Wait, when you say, that you want like students like stay on campus, especially commuter students, have you ever thought about like adding like things to the commuters lounge?
Absolutely, that's the other big piece. No, Matt and I have talked about that. That's a big thing because most of the students are commuters, so I don't think we should have a commuter lounge. It should just be a student lounge. I don't want to label someone a commuter because you're all Vikings, right? So, yeah, the lounge needs some TLC, but I want to get student input on that as well. I've been working with the vice provost on things we can do, and with the president of the SGA, to the student center to enhance it so students want to be there more often. But yeah, the student lounge in the student center, I want to hear your thoughts because that's a big priority for us to make sure that it is what you need for it to be to use it.
Yeah, because President Sheehy and I, we're sisters, our cousins, like we have so many cousins who go here, so a lot of our family were all commuters and they spend a good amount in the commuters lounge. And I did hear them like a couple weeks ago saying like, oh, it'd be so cool if like there's like a pool, like a ping pong table, like a pool table, or so, I mean, a pool would be really nice, but.
Really small pool. Yeah, and right now it feels kind of like you're in an airport, like you're in an airport hangar, sort of, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like you're in like a waiting room for a doctor's office or an airport or something.
Oh, no, but I mean, it's a nice like social place if people are like waiting for classes and everything.
Could be better though.
But yeah.
We talked about also turning it into also like elements of a resource center. So when you think about if you're in conference services, Some spaces you have to rent a projector through there, and that can be cost essential to student organizations. And so we talked about what are the things that we could possibly buy and create a system through the lounge to be a student resource center as well. So that instead of using student organization money to pay for a projector, could they check it out from there? I mean, that starts getting into hours and some of that stuff. But I'm working on a survey because we do, everyone who enters swipes when they go in there because no one enters that second door. It always goes in the first one. And so that way we at least do know our audience and we can talk to them about how do we better utilize this space.
That's the other piece too that I want to work on is assessment. This sounds really boring probably, but we don't do a lot of assessment, and I think we need to do a better job of assessing how things are going and really getting student feedback and then showing it back to the students. Here's what you said. Is this right? Yes or no? Oh, here's what we're doing based on this input, so in real time that you all see the tangible outcomes of your input. And I'm a big believer in partnering with SGA so that you all trumpet. These are things that are happening because of student input. And you all take the credit for that, even though our job, Matt, and my job, and the provost, vice provost, is to create a safety net for you all to go beyond what you think you can do. So when we do that, when you feel free to fail, maybe you try, even though you don't succeed every time, you feel the ability you can't because you got people that are there to support you. And assessment's part of that. That's something else that I want to work on.
All right, thank the last person that's not on the agenda that I wanted to have come and talk is actually one of our new senators. So Senator Wu, would you like to come up and talk about an initiative that we're doing?
Sure.
Already, yeah. He's a great senator.
All right, guys, my name is David. I am obviously a new senator now, but I have been a part of the Student Veterans of America here. And just want to talk about, I guess, kind of our vision going forward. We are trying to get more involved in our community here in Cleveland. I think personally that we're not living up to our name as servicemen and servicewomen. So moving forward, I think that it'd be really good for us to do more service. And one of those things that we are looking to do is a sock drive that's going to be coming up. We're going to be collecting socks for the homeless, which are the #1 requested item at local homeless shelters. So the need is pretty big there. And because my knowledge is so limited and my skills are even fewer, I can use each and everybody who can help. And the event is going to be February 25th through March 1st. So we still have a few weeks, so it's not too late to get involved. If you guys know of anybody that is willing to donate anything, whether it be in terms of socks, in terms of actual like money or gift cards, that, as well as gift baskets, anything else that can be raffled off to get students to be more involved. Pretty much anything you could think of, we could use. But I think most importantly, we can use manpower. Because we need people to be at the tables, we need people to, I guess, collect the socks up and like package them, and then take it to the organization that we're working with, which is Community West Foundation. It's on the west side, I believe, in Westlake. But after we collect all the socks, we do need people to actually take it over there. So there's still a lot to be done. Definitely enough work to go around. So that is what we're planning coming up here at the end of February.
Do you know if it's adult socks only or
children?
I
I would say adult socks because children can fit in adult socks and not the other way around. But yeah, I think, the need would be pretty broad.
New socks?
Definitely new socks, not used ones. One hole only.
And your money goes a long way. If you look on Earthsync, there's an event already set up because we're kind of having on the 21st and 22nd, that's kind of our first tabling just for information about it. But $10 can get you lots of socks. So if you get people, if they have a spare dollar when you're tabling, that goes a long way. So anyone else have any more questions about it? I can send out an email about the days and times that we're tabling. I'll text some of you to be there. So, yeah, if you guys have any more questions?
I was just gonna say one more thing. A great way to promote this event would be to, I guess, just before class or after class, say something about it while you have your entire class there. I've already done that a few times, and the response has been pretty good. But if everybody here went to just one class and did that, I think that would be the best way to just get the word out.
Maybe put your socks on Instagram. Tell them about the socks initiative.
Yes.
Do you have like a flyer or something for it?
I actually do have something. It was more of a letter of donation request, but it does have information that if you want, I can give you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Last thing before we close, Director Egan, please stand up. He's the real one. So this is our new finance director, so if you can say congratulations.